If you are doing wrong, I'll tell you right on your face that you are doing wrong. That's the spirit of the labor movement. I don't intend to make a very long speech here because this is a training. The principal of this college, Tom Mboya Labor College, Brother Haynes, the country representative of Frederick Ebert Step Tank, and who has done very well, Brother Orlando, and our comrades drawn from 55 branches. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to be here this morning to greet you. John Matiang'i will come and close this ceremony, this training at the end of the day. Mine is basically to greet you. Everything has been said about what we have done so that we could recognize you. But I'll say it very shortly. The Kenyan teaching service is large and complex. It's very large. 309,000 teachers at the moment under the payroll of the Teacher Service Commission, which we know in a couple of years, the number of teachers will grow to 400,000. And amongst them, our colleagues, comrades, you have said, persons with extraordinary abilities, right? Yes. Of course, you've been given different names. And then you've said disability is not inability. Where is this word disability coined? I think that is one word that needs to be removed so that we redefine ourselves very well. Colleagues who are challenged in certain ways, we have them in the teaching service. And the union is very particular about this group of teachers over time. Probably Kenya is one country where these terms have been negotiated. It is part of our framework. When we are talking about teachers, we must talk about you. When we are negotiating, we must negotiate for your terms. We may not have succeeded 100%, but it is a journey, and we must keep fighting. And therefore, I'd like to tell everyone that KNUT has taken a firm step to recognize you and place you in positions of leadership. And this training is a milestone, and I must thank Frederick Ebert Step Tank Foundation. We are going to sustain their engagement moving forward. Because what we start, we must make it grow. It's another thing to get elected and another thing to give you capacity to play your role, to represent your other colleagues. And that voice must be everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, teachers with disabilities play a key role and they must be listened to. Their issues must be addressed, and giving you capacity is key, and that's why I should thank Frederick Ebert Step Tank, and KNUT will continue being very sensitive to the plight of teachers with disabilities, and we shall place their issues and before the employer, the Teacher Service Commission, and the government of Kenya. That's our duty. And for the memoranda that you have developed today, we have a fully fledged department at the head office headed by Idris Ibrahim. And you are represented at the National Executive Council. And because you are represented at the National Executive Council, rest assured that your matters are being addressed. I would also like to make special mention of Kenya Institute of Education, which is represented here, and that we shall continue partnering so that we look at the issues of disabilities beyond the teachers themselves, even up to the learners. And we have cooperated with the Kenya Society for the Deaf, and we'll always address their desires. The memoranda that you've given us today shall be addressed by the NEC appropriately. That's our job. The need to negotiate for a more comprehensive medical cover for you, because You need more medical attention very oftenly, and you need quality medical services. Within the current existing negotiated comprehensive medical cover, we shall undertake to submit the same to the Teacher Service Commission, so that as the service provider continues providing healthcare services to teachers, then we negotiate what is unique for you. Considering the strenuous allowances and lumping it under one name, that is noted and it is in the memoranda. Nothing that is written to us by teachers is ignored. We will always analyze and submit the same to the next level. So this is a matter and work in progress. You sitting in various strategic organs is not negotiable. I cannot make pronouncement, but we are happy that at least now you have been recognized by our constitution and you are elected and registered under the registrar of trade unions to represent your colleagues in the various organs of the union. Any other administrative review or improvement of the constitution and review so that you play a more central role will be looked at progressively. Affirmative groups are many. We've brought in women, we've brought in persons with disabilities, we've brought in other professional groups. We cannot do everything in a day. It is gradual. So I want to give you an assurance that let us walk the progress. And I want to challenge you, use your positions to articulate the issues of your colleagues so that your voice can be heard. Where you are is strategic. And all branches that did not conduct elections of representations of your colleagues as guided by the Constitution, we shall compel them to do so. Our Constitution is a Constitution that must be respected, and it does not exist for window dressing. So we'll do an analysis and check those which have not done and do it. In all our meetings, whether at the branch or whether at the ADC, in conformity with the standard practices, you've asked for those teachers who need brailles. I think that we'll consider as we prepare for all the meetings that those materials are available. And we'll work with the necessary institutes to develop that. Kenya Institute of Special Education, we shall work collaboratively very closely so that we can ensure that in all our meetings, braille materials and communication through the sign language is available. Even if it is one delegate, that delegate must follow all the proceedings, so because you are representing your colleagues. So out of that, those are the issues contained in your memoranda. I'm making my executive statements on that, but make the memoranda very strong enough, Brother Orlando, you are here, so that we address it very effectively so that we can make reports during the 60th Annual Delegates Conference of KNUT in the month of December. We would like good reports about your group in the ADC and even at the branches. And so conclusively, for this training, it is important to give you capacity building in organizing and in representing beyond yourselves. You are not just a leader to represent persons with disabilities, but now you are a leader in the union who enjoy the privileges that exist in the union. We challenge you to be part of every activity of the union so that one time we can have one of you even as the Secretary General of the union. This is a union of equal opportunities for all teachers, regardless of qualifications and ability, race, and everything else. So this is a union of equality, And I believe this capacity building that you are receiving today will give you the requisite skills so that you can play an effective role. We look forward to seeing you doing more in our activities in future at the branch and even at the annual delegates conference and as we move forward in building the union. The union is 59 years old. We have fought many wars, many struggles. And more than ever before, even after the general elections, we are now engaging and intensifying in activities of organizing and uniting. Organizing and uniting. And you are part of us in that journey. So I wish you well in this particular training. We count on you, we value you, and we will always listen to you. And let us work together to ensure that even special needs education in this country is strengthened. It must be strengthened. Learners with special needs in this country should even receive full capitation and support from the government up to the university. And this is within the spirit of the Constitution that grants the Bill of Rights. And when we grant the learners with special needs the special attention that they desire, because people talk of free education, but even there is little attention to learners with special needs. The COEG report in the totally integrated quality education, one of the best reports that has been done in this country and which was thrown into the shelves, talked a lot about special needs education.